All right. We are back. Thank you for coming back to the We Love the Game podcast. It's Bo Cephas, also known as Tone. I'm here with Mr. Outsider for Life, Corey, and the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Devyn Woods. Everyone knows who this man is. One of the most well-known, one of the best players. I say that, and I stand by that. One of the best players in Cleveland.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Devyn Woods. So we can, like I said, I told you beforehand, we're gonna start you off with this one. Give us a little bit of your football background. Tell us, you can go all the way back. Tell us how you came up, from a youngin', who you played with, and go all the way to now.
Cool. So it all started, I was at a wing stop with my mama. We was getting some chicken. And I was playing soccer at that time. And some weird dude in a trench coat, some weirdo type stuff approached us and was like, hey, would your son like to play football? You know what I'm saying? I ain't really had nothing to do. So, you know what I'm saying? We end up driving. We drive for like an hour and a half. We get lost. We get lost somewhere in Eastlake by, lake shore over there where they do like the little muni league stuff or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I finally get out the car. My mom look over there. She go, you want to try this with them? I had to wait a week. And then, I ain't from playing no football at all. I came on and it was just something that I took it was a real liking to. You know what I'm saying? That first game, I think, came out, scored like 4 or 5 touchdowns, no lie. Like just was running, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it turned into a craft. So I started focusing on my craft, you know what I'm saying, as I got older, in high school. My senior year in high school, I went to Willoughby South. Shout out Duffy and them, they're my guys. Shout out Kareem, obviously, because that's what everybody thinks of when they think South. I taught him what was going on. So, I'm good there. But, I started honing that craft and playing wideout. So I went from running back to playing wideout. And then my senior year really popped off, 40 receptions, 2,000 yards. What was it? 25 touchdowns, something like that. So, every other time I'm getting a rock, scoring touchdowns. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It started to get good. Then we move on to college. So originally I commit to Syracuse. I go to Syracuse for 6 months. I redshirt there. And then the head coach, who was Doug Marrone at the time, he was the coach for the Jags a little bit ago. Mm-hmm. I think he's somewhere on the coaching staff in the NFL now. He kind of bottomed out. So they fired him, brought in the new guy, and the new guy just kind of was different. He wanted his set of players, the people he wanted in. So I wasn't really seeing much. So I just tried my hardest to stay D1, but it was really hard because it was, that transfer rule before, a couple years back or so, mm-hmm. You had to sit, mm-hmm. If you were transferring D1 to D1, you had to sit. Yeah. So I really didn't want to sit. So what I did was I bottomed out. I went to D2. I went to Mercyhurst. And then I played there for 2 seasons. I amassed tons of accolades and yards from there. And then afterwards, so pre-draft, I did, a couple draft days. I did 1 in Savannah. I did 2 in Cleveland, and then I did 1 in Miami. Mm-hmm. A couple of pro days. I got a couple of, callbacks. But I really didn't have an agent at the time. It was just me and my mama. Just trying to put some stuff together. So, and then, after football was over with, I think I got a call from one of my homies, I played with in high school. He was like, yo, they play indoor football. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, football, what's up? So then I started playing flag football officially on the Goose. That was way back when I don't know what's going on. We just had mad battles in there.
Yeah.
But I started playing with the Goose for a couple years, and then that started to deteriorate. And then I got close with a couple of the Mercs. Like I got close with a couple of your guys on your team. And y'all really took me in too, you know what I'm saying? Especially when we was playing in different leagues and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If there was ever a time where I wasn't playing with the Goose, I was probably playing with the Mercs at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially that was down at Euclid. That was at Central.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
And then, so, obviously me and some of your Mercs got close, like Travis, and Shriver and them, because they grew up around me. So I played against Travis in high school.
Okay.
I spanked him, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Travis, that's
was that at Eastlake?
Yeah, he was at North.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It was rough, but he was out there showing out, but it was rough for them boys.
It was. I ain't gonna, yeah. Yeah, it definitely was.
But then, we moved on. Who did I play with in between? Yeah, I just moved from the Goose straight to the Gators, I think.
Yeah.
Because the Gators started in, I would say 4 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right after the Mercs stopped, or y'all broke up. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's a whole convoluted story. We ain't got to get into all that, but go ahead.
But yeah, after that, I've been a Gator for a while. Obviously, most people used to call me the football whore when I was skinny. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a game, I'm trying to play in it. Don't matter. Don't matter really whose team I'm on either. If it's a game, I just want to work.
Yeah.
And I was an outsider. I got an outsider jersey somewhere in there for like 2 days. We played together. Me and Corey actually played together in States the year before coronavirus.
Okay. The year before the coronavirus?
Yeah, year before, COVID got me all.
Okay. All right. So I know it's a lot of talk a lot of times about and you normally don't get into this. You normally don't get into this stuff, but about, who's the best, this and that. How good do you think you are when it comes to players in Cleveland?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm one of the best around here. I mean, there's no question. People prepare for me. You talk about me. I'm a myth. It's okay. It's okay that, some people want to hate and knock down and stuff like that. I don't do the back and forth. Mm-hmm. But I obviously think I'm one of the better players. Now, again, is my focus all the way there all the time? Probably not. I mean, like, we real. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't the trenches. This is all of us that's got to go to work the next day.
Yeah,
you know
that's true.
So sometimes I have a hard time separating that sometimes, and that could be frustrating. But yeah, as far as the players in Cleveland, I think I'm one of the best. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now, it's not to take away from any other guys, but you know what I'm saying? I do. I think I'm one of the best.
Now, do you feel you're one of the best at a specific position, or do you feel like overall you're one of the best?
I mean, if we're going to get into the specific position, yeah, I mean, I think I'm one of the best quarterbacks in Cleveland.
Okay.
It's not a question. Now, if we're talking about players, I'm top 2, top 3, you know what I'm saying? If
okay.
You want to do it that way, players-wise, I'm top 3. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback-wise, it doesn't matter. Because I know that when the time comes, you nut up and stuff like that, I can play with any of those guys.
Okay. Well, that's what's up then.
So I would. You about to say?
No, nothing. I was nothing. The cloud of smoke took me out.
Oh. Yeah. So I don't disagree with top player in the city overall. There's no disagreement there. So my only thing was, like as a opinion, I like to feel like I know football. Quarterback for me, and like I said, it's an opinion. Quarterback for me, the reason I say no because you're better at wide receiver. You're an athlete, you can make plays at quarterback. But in my opinion, can you lead a team against upper competition at that position? And the only reason I say my opinion say no is because I haven't seen it. Okay. And I mean, if we can, like, if we're being real here, when we talk about leading a team to those accolades, championships, states, this, and the third, no one has seen it. And part of it could be, like you said, Do you take it serious all the time? That could be part of it. Could the other part be who you're surrounded by? That can play a major factor. And the reason, I say, and it's he say, she say, and when people see this, like once it's uploaded, they see it, they can vouch for it. I've always said, like I've told Micah, I've told Tamaine, I told people on the outside, I'm like, listen, if Dev, and this is not like a pitch for you to come to us, even though I told you, come play with us. But I said, if Dev come play with us, I can show him some things to where he could be the quarterback for this team. Now, if he came, initially he play receiver. And we can groom him. We can groom him into this better quarterback. And it's not that you don't have the skills. It's the knowledge of the game. You know what I'm saying? Down in distance, when you should be throwing to the blocking backs. You know what I'm saying? When you should be taking shots at the end zone, stuff like that. When you should be using your feet or when you should be preserving it. You know what I'm saying? Part of that could be the structure of your team. So when I say,
sorry, my children interrupted me.
When not a top quarterback, that's my opinion of why I say that. Yes, you could throw, you know what I'm saying? You could run, but do you know the ins and outs of flag football? Like, it's different from pads. You get what I'm saying? And I think you know that. You know what I'm saying? Pads is definitely different from flag. And I get a lot of people that talk about, you ain't put on pads, this, that, and the third. Well, I can tell you, I done seen 1,000,001 people come from pads to flag and look like a bum.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The game is different. The game is definitely different. But I do think I've had enough. I've had enough of this, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't take, you know what I'm saying? As a football guy, even though it was the transfer to pads to this, I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I totally respect your opinion, and it's better to hear it, like, out loud, other than, like, you see it on the comments, and you be like, wait a second. It looks a little weird, but it was way, you know what I'm saying? The approach and presentation was way different. So I totally understand what you're saying, but you got to remember that, you know what I'm saying? I guess we're all men, you know what I'm saying? We all men. So, like, it's going to be really hard for men to take other men's advice, especially, like, in a case, like, you know what I'm saying? I say this, actually, I said this to Tone. I said, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're playing the game and you're, like, breaking it down at the same time, which is a weird, like, it's not impartial. That's a very partial thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may not have a stake, but you have a stake. You see what I'm saying? It's like Draymond Green on Inside the NBA every week, talking about who he's playing or what's going. You see what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I had about that. I mean, yeah, now we could definitely put a better game plan in action. Obviously, in the past couple of years, you've seen it flex from, we was a running team 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. It was like, we just gonna line up and run. Now I'm starting to do more things. As you can see, you saw it. The offense is opening up, and I'm starting to see it more and more, as I'm going along. And I'll still accept the help. You know what I'm saying? I still accept the guidance. I'm not open, I'm not closed to anything like that. But, it's just, I'm loyal to a fault, my dog,
Right.
Go ahead.
So when you say loyal to a degree, like, we had, who was that on here? I don't know if that was Mike or was that Tory. And I think it might have been both of them. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tone. Who was that said, forget about Pookie and forget about Ray Ray?
I think that was Tatum that said it like that.
That was
Tatum. Yeah.
Right. And so that was a lesson. That was a lesson that I had to learn. It's not about, like, your friends. If they your friends, y'all still gonna be friends. You know what I'm saying? And then once again, it all depends on to how serious. And I'm not saying, like, when people make comments, because sometimes people make comments, say, hey, this is y'all NFL, y'all trying to relive, your dream, that and the third. That's not the case at all. We pay to play. You know what I'm saying? We travel and we see how other teams take it. You know what I'm saying? Those guys wake up and go to work just like we wake up and go to work. But as long as I'm playing this and I pay to play this, I'm going to give my best effort. And when you're running a team, to be a successful team, you have to kind of run your team like a business. You have to run it like a business for real. Now, if you lose friends because of it, guess what? In my opinion, that couldn't have been my friend in the first place, because I'm trying to separate the two. I want to win, but maybe my friend just not on it like I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on my team and people look at him like, okay, he letting his friend do anything and I'm running the team. So that right there, I can't have my friend on the team, especially. And here's another thing, and it's our opinions. If our friend isn't producing on the field, if he's putting us in harm's way or giving up plays or he dropping passes, this, that, and the third, bro, I'm trying to compete. You know what I'm saying? So maybe this ain't for you. And as what Dre say, people got to walk in their truth. So if this is my friend, like, hey, bro, like, what's up? Like you not on it, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't feel like you good enough, because I'm trying to play top competition. I don't want to play nothing under the top, because it don't help me. It don't help me get better. It's bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? That don't do nothing for the ego per se. You know what I'm saying? It's your team. Well, I guess it does do something for the ego to see your team.
Man, I say this about flag football players, man. One thing that I find, I don't know about weird or whatever, but I have lost so many friends, associates, I say, over flag football, over the most simplest thing in flag, that it boggles my mind. And I know you say, like, you shouldn't, and you definitely shouldn't, because if somebody is your real friend, they're gonna be your friend at the end of the day, no matter what. You should be able to pull your friend to the side and say something. But I feel like flag players are very, very emotional. Very emotional.
That could be. And now I don't want to get it misconstrued as if like my friends are like, you know what I'm saying, like bums. Like, I don't want it to come off like, nah, dog. They're my dogs. And most of my guys get busy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we come to a mental pass. Because I mean, like, in the game this past week with Corey, you know what I'm saying, it was easily, you know what I'm saying, tied up. You know, if we just hit what we supposed to hit, we do what we supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? The game is right there. You know, it's not like we lose. Like, it's not like we're getting beat. The only team that beat us was STV, and it was because we beat ourselves too. You see what I'm saying? Like, we didn't adjust. They did the best job of adjusting. You know, I've seen a team, and obviously that's why they're one of the better teams. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're one of the better teams around. They adjust, you know? But, like, you know, I feel like me and my players and my team, you know what I'm saying, because we are a team. We, you know what I'm saying, we're in every competition we've ever been in. You know what I'm saying? Anything. Whether it's playing, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're still in it. So now we might be a little wet behind the ears when it comes to experience around, like, traveling. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just a comfortability thing. I mean, most of the time when I travel for football, I just try to be as comfortable as possible. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's maybe been a comfortability thing for us. So now, obviously, we're branching out. I think we're being nationals here in January. You know, we'll be in that. We'll be rolling. So I just think we just got to get more experience. Like, Corey pulled me aside and said we needed experience. These are our lumps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of STV, I always, and this is something me and Corey disagreed on, but I always felt like an offense like Tatum runs would be something I would like to see you do, or something I could see you succeed in. Now, we disagree with that. But
like spread, like that.
Spread like the spread type. Yeah.
The quick throw.
Quick throw, and just as how dangerous you can be on your feet.
Now, I just don't. The concept to me is a little foreign. I mean, that's still again, that's probably just an experience thing.
Oh yeah.
Our team we have a real hard time stopping two quarterbacks, or the weird quarterback sets where it's like two people in the back and all that other hoopla going on in the front. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people get a little confused. So I mean, I would love to try it. When I mean Travis broke his collarbone and his shoulder.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
recovery for my dog.
From a in my Stephen A. Smith, like personality or whatnot. When I look at your team, and this is my opinion. It's actually quite a few people's opinions around Flag. When at the Gators, I don't see the possibilities of that. I don't see the chances of that being successful with that group of players. And I'm looking at, let's go back to the STV game. And it could be like you said, it could be a mental thing. It could be a mental thing. It could be like the heads of the team. Remember, prior to that game, I don't know if Travis told you, I sent Travis a video. I sent Travis 2 videos of how you play defense against STV. Y'all game 12 o'clock. My game was at 4 p.m. And this is when I always tell people, like, I talk a lot of shit, but it's not one person that can say that I haven't came on their sideline and tried to help their team. Our game was at 4 o'clock. I was there for the 12 o'clock game that you guys played.
We talked before the game.
Yeah, to help y'all. It was all on y'all sideline. I saw STV running laps or whatnot. I saw the majority of your team sitting under the tree in the shade. That right there told me that this game was over before it started. Just from what I've seen in Flag. You know what I'm saying? Just be prepared. You know what I'm saying? And then the first couple plays, pick 6. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, they came out of regular offense. I said, after y'all did that, they're not coming back in that regular offense ever again.
Nope. And then they went back to that.
You know what I'm saying? Because they look. The first thing is he tried the regular offense because he just wanted to try something. He looked at y'all team and didn't respect y'all. And then when got the pick 6 and y'all roughed him up a couple times, which was great. You know what I'm saying? Because he told me that. He was like, yeah, man. He's like, they roughed me up a little bit. So after that, it's like, okay, I'm about to show them who we really are. And after that, it was just a can of ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even I told you sometimes, I was like, Dev, you got to go on defense, because I'm looking at the team, and without you on defense, you're dead in the water. And remember, I always told you in passing, what's on the Gators, you have to do entirely too much. You have to. You know what I'm saying? And part of it you can blame, as far as like player wise, you can blame outsiders, for getting players. You know what I'm saying? You could blame Bison. You know what I'm saying? You could blame the Canes or whatnot. But part of that is when players, a lot of these dudes don't say it, they take it serious enough. You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones that travel. So they look at the Gators and they say, that's not an attractive place. You know what I'm saying? Despite Dev being on the team, that's not very attractive, because the only thing I can go off of, and remember, these are opinions. Remember, I said, I look at Ed, Ludi, Mikey, all left at the same time to go to the Canes. Mm-hmm. Shortly after that, Ant Green, Deron more so, who was there for a while. We ain't gonna say Ant Green. Ant Green all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
Yeah, just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of those dudes left that team to go other places and have success. Some had success down in rec. The others had success in pro. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why I say, like, and people gonna see it. Like, I'm gonna tell you, and I've always told you, Dev, get off that team. That's what I'm. And it ain't got to be the outsiders. You know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, you're wasting your talents and you're wasting your time there. You know what I'm. You say something about practice. Remember, we talked about y'all don't practice. You know what I'm saying? Travis even told me one time y'all just wing it. So when he said y'all just wing it, I'm looking like, no, I don't know what winging it is. You know what I'm saying? I know what winging it is when I went 0-11. That was winging. And that was the result. You feel me? So after that, it's time to regroup, set a different tone, and be like, hey, the next season, Outsiders 8-3. What people don't know was when Micah came to us, and that was before Perez and A-Rod came to us. We practiced every Saturday before those games. Now, it might have not been the whole team, but it was definitely the core people. It was definitely 6 or 7 of the core people all the time. And it translated to the field on the next day, and fast forward a year, in come Hannah. Hannah actually was on that 8-3 team. He wasn't there. But then in come Hannah. The next year, Elite Bowls, Perez and A-Rod, DJ, and Kev Hurd, they come to the Outsiders. Later on that season, in comes Aaron. You know what I'm saying? And then here we are. So my just my thing, and it may sound harsh. I only know how to talk one way. You know what I'm saying? Like when I type. And I do prefer it, and I'm glad that you appreciate how I said it to you, Dev, like face to face, because I'm more of a face to face person anyway. It's too much to type. It's too much to type on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's no way you can get it out the way you really want to. You know what I'm saying? Even when you type and people can look at the words and be like, damn, that's kind of harsh. But then when you present it face to face, you can do it differently. You know what I'm saying? So when I say in a harsh way, like my thing is, and I just stand by this. I say, like I said, it don't have to be the Outsiders, but I say to really display your talents. You know what you can do, but to get the flag football community, I would say, you know what I'm saying? Leave that team, because to me.
Let me ask you a question, Dev. Let me ask you a question. Piggybacking off what he said.
What's up?
Do you feel like, and we talked about it a little bit, and you brought it up a little bit, about Corey being a little bit impartial, maybe not even a little bit, being impartial. Do you feel like Corey's criticism of you and your team is unfair?
No, I don't. I think that it may come off as weird and unfair. Like he is trying to help. Like I think like in his way, like he has his own way. Corey, you 30 something,
43,
40, even more. You're a 43-year-old man. So like, you know what I'm saying? You got your way of presenting your information. You know what I'm saying? I respect what you said now. I respect face to face. See, that's why I don't get on the chats and be on it. Y'all be keeping me alive though. Y'all give me life.
Right.
Your name is always brought up in the chat.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like that. I just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like I feel sometimes disrespected, but maybe I'm just feeling it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm cold. Like, that's why I don't get on there. I know I'm cold. You know what I'm saying? I know I get busy. So, but like, no, I don't think he's being unfair. I think that he may be seeing it from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? He just has his own perspective.
Okay.
And great perspective. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, me and Corey talked on, he slid in my DMs. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to say it. I think that's how athletes say it to reporters. So he slid into my DMs, and we talked about it. So he's the same thing he just said.
Yeah.
Kind of what he said.
So do you feel like your team can be successful?
Absolutely. I think that we have the right pieces. We have, you know what I'm saying? Our core is very strong now. Yeah, it might not be the most attractive place, but you know what I'm saying? I don't really need attractive. I need workers. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so I got like Andre and Blake, Trav, Izzy. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Wilson be doing this thing. That's the baby bird out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some core pieces. I got a group of guys who want to be successful. Now I just need to add the extra oomph and structure to it. You know what I'm saying? Put the thing together right. You know what I'm saying? That's what we was trying to do with Ryan Brown. Unfortunately, all that stuff kind of shook out. Just, that's just ego man stuff, But like we were trying to find a structure to work in. And once we find the structure that we fit in the best, I think we'll be able to maximize all the potential we have on our team.
Okay. So, looking at the teams that were in the league, I can't say that are in the league. You know, I don't know who coming up or whatever, but looking at the teams that were in the league, so you feel like you can compete with these teams at the highest level and possibly win the championship?
Absolutely. I think that again, it just comes back to us being in the right spots. Maybe and it comes back to practice, comes back to actually focusing, honing in, you know what I'm saying? Honing in on my craft again. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm a new dad, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My son just got in the big boy bed. It's not his fault. It's my fault. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, I've been obviously my awareness is in other places sometimes. So
Right.
maybe it just comes back to really just focusing in on it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Be focusing on being a team and being structured, being prepared, running through things, walking through things. Hell, I'm even open to, we could do some film work, we do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I just think we need to add just a couple more guys that want to, win, a couple more guys who, I think that the game of flag football, yeah, you can get like the absolute best players on your team, but you want to fit like the best players in their positions. Cause like, you know what I'm saying, on Corey's team, so like Corey has some of the best players on in Cleveland, right? Got some of the best talent ever. But some people don't even see half of their potential be even, half reached on his team. Because they're just, and I get it, they're playing a part in the cog of his machine, your machine, but like, like you have an abundance of talent on that team. So like, you know what I'm saying? I can always just get a couple more pieces and we're good. We're Gucci 5 over this way. I mean, to address that, Mikey, and Ludi and all of them leaving and stuff like that. And I think they already said that. It had nothing to do with the way I was playing or the way we were playing. It had everything to do with the way people was feeling about how stuff was actually shaking out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was more front office than anything. It wasn't like, yo, I don't want to play for this team. It's not attractive. It was we could be doing so much better, and button heads and stuff like that. All them dudes are still my bros. Like, them my bros for real.
Okay. So I know, and you're talking about like improving your team and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing you were kind of, I would say, critical of or weren't too fond of was like, the merger that was going to go down mid-season with some of the Mad Dogs and with the Bison, or with the whole Mad Dogs and with the Bison.
Mm-hmm.
But so to improve, not even getting into that, to improve your team, would you ever consider a merger?
Yeah, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. I think that there has to just be like more of a mutual respect amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? I think I said that online. I think that we just have a hard time with respecting one another and one another's opinions, So everybody thinks that they have a way, and it's the right way. But yeah, I would be open to a merger of some kind. And now I do agree that, if we're going out of state, like, you know what I'm saying, speaking for all of Cleveland, if we're going out of state, yeah, we should probably send, the Super Friends. If we're going to do it, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But I think that in the league play, all we have is this league play. So, like, it's just like, if we just all get on 3 teams, it's going to be like 3 teams. And then what does that make the league play here? You know what I'm saying? Because like, not only are we representing ourselves, like when we go out of town, or you know what I'm saying, when we're traveling, we're representing Cleveland. But what are we doing for Cleveland at that point? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we actually doing for where we're at? Like, not because we don't need to tell all them motherfuckers that we sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't we're going there to show it, but we still have to enrich our city. So how will we ever get better players if, you know what I'm saying, if we don't have competition in the city? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the thing with the competition, and then I probably, after I say this, I got to cut short because I got to take my girl to get her truck or whatnot. So, but what I would say about that part is that so when I look at the city, and I've said this to Tone, I've said it online before, playing certain teams in our league play does not help me when I leave the city, because those teams aren't good enough. And I take a team like Hart, for instance. Hart know good and damn well that they wasn't going to win the $5,000. I applaud them for signing up and putting in that effort. But Hart should not, it's harsh. Hart shouldn't be a team in league play playing in the upper division for $5,000. It makes no sense, because we can sit here and say any given Sunday all we want, but at the end of the day, that Hart team stands no chance at winning $5,000 with all of these teams in the league. And when I'm saying I don't get better playing them, I beat Hart 26-0. The Outsiders beat Hart 26-0. That didn't prepare me for when I got to the championship against STV. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to prepare me if I go out of town and I play the likes of UT Cobras or Main Event. It won't help me. It won't help me at all. So
what do you think would help you then? Shout out Hart, then my dog. Shout out Dre. That's my homie, man.
Oh yeah, they feisty. They feisty. They'll jump you too.
They get right with it. I mean,
yeah.
They might be cool. They might have a cool little artillery to travel with or something like that.
Great, no doubt. The only thing that can help, the only thing that I look at that helps so let me speak on Outsiders. The only thing that helps Outsiders is us traveling to another city or going to these tournaments where all the heavy hitters is. It's not our league play. Our league play don't help me with that at all, because the teams in our league play don't play pro out of state. They don't play the heavy hitters. They don't even play a certain way. Like these teams here, they don't even know what a 3-5 inverted is, or they don't know what 4-4 man mirror is, and that's simple. You know what I'm saying? They don't typically play a 2-3. Case in point, you just said y'all don't know how to defend a spread, and I think I brought that up online before. You know what I'm saying? So that don't it doesn't help. It doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? Now, if y'all went out of town and y'all saw some things, and then I'm looking at just from my perspective, and I see the Gators play, and I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers is playing 3-5s inverted. They doing this, they doing that. Now I play the Gators. It's like, all right, they playing real defenses. So now we're looking at the offense like, hey, we gotta really call plays. We really gotta call shit and draw shit up according to what that defense is playing. But when they're not doing it, we just out there kind of winging it when we play league play. You know what I'm saying? For the most. Up until we play certain teams, then we're no longer winging it. Like when we play the Canes, we're not winging it, because the Canes play those same teams we play out of state. You know what I'm saying? And the Canes is battle tested. The Canes is a traveling team. You know what I'm saying? They have a resume. So it's like we don't play them a certain, or even Bison. We don't play Bison a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't just winging. We ain't just winging.
So we talked about this before, and I said I don't understand how, if you play, especially when you're playing for money, how even though Hart may not be at the top level, how playing a team can't at least get you some reps, get you working on things that can get you better and can get your teammates and some of your players better. So I don't see how you can completely say playing a team like Hart won't do anything for you. And I look at it like this, Dev, like you brought up stomping on Eastlake. I remember playing, I played before you, playing at Euclid, and we played teams and we running through teams. I mean, we running through teams. You play a team like Eastlake, but you still got to work on certain aspects of your game. You still have to make sure certain aspects of your game. Because if you could be beating a team by 63 zip, and what happened if you fuck up? Your coach yelling at you. You practice how you play, and you use that as practice. So I don't see how playing a team like that doesn't help you out.
No, I agree with you, Tom. I agree that every rep is a rep. Like if you take it seriously, you know what I'm saying, and if you taking it as serious as you know as being said like that, then those mental reps would be technically on air. So like you could just take those, if you take those for what it is, run the plays that you're gonna run or run the schemes that you want to do. You can even try new stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
Whatever you want to do. And then at that point, it's a practice. But you get a practice against totally separate bodies that don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, it might not be the most structured of defenses that you're seeing or the most structured offense, structured way you play. But you still, in the city of Cleveland, you still gonna get a thump. Like we just play ball like that. You know what I'm saying? People still go hard. So like you can still take that and use it. Yeah, I agree with
you. Yeah. All right, Corey, you want to? Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna ask if you wanted us to let you go. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
I'm good. I'm driving. So, so the thing is, hold on for a second.
He got to back out, man. Don't hit nobody.
No, I can talk and drive. So my thing is, so I'm gonna take two players for instance. So when I talk about levels of play, so this is why I say you can't play a team like Hart and get better. Because if Hart went to certain places, they would come to realize, like, or if they true to themselves, they realize what they are. So I'm gonna take the first person, Kyle Wilson, for instance. And I like Kyle Wilson because Kyle Wilson is willing to travel. He's willing to play. He's willing to play the competition, right? So we took him to East Coast Nationals with us. The game was moving too fast for him. And the reason I say the game was moving too fast for him, first off, he's never seen these teams before. So he was playing center for us. He went out on an out route, right? Typically, here in league play, that out route, it might have been open. Guess what? He had somebody beelining down on him. And they wasn't coming to just pull his flag. They was coming to let him know that they was there and pull the flag. And guess what happened? Fourth down. Drop, looking crazy. And he on the ground, rolling. There's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hart isn't a cheat code. Hart isn't a UT Cobras. Hart isn't a STV. My players can look good against Hart, but look terrible against UT Cobras. So guess what they have to do when they play UT Cobras from Hart? They have to run their routes a different way, or they might have to play a little harder and a little faster because that Hart team isn't as big, isn't as fast, or isn't, as talented as that particular team.
But and that comes with you as a leader of the team, getting your team ready. I mean, that comes. Okay, okay. You've been saying like you said a lot this season. Your defense was on point. Your offense wasn't where you needed it to be.
Right.
You work on your offense during the season, right?
Yeah, but our offense still in the championship game, whether it was our fourth game or not. The problem was our offense. Our offense didn't put up points. We stopped STV more than we stopped them in states when we beat them. Same thing when we lost to them earlier in the season at St. Edwards. The game was 8-6. We stopped them more than we ever stopped them. And we wasn't scoring points. At the end of the day, we still didn't score points. Why didn't we score points? Okay, so you could take a couple things. We had new personnel. We had a new center. Okay. And once again, a center who was playing the second most important position on the field, in my opinion, after the quarterback. A center who normally plays rec. He haven't been nowhere. He's not battle tested. Guess what? One of his things, it came about when he played a team that he's never played before. Inability to make plays. Had he been in rec, yeah, he make plays in rec. It's a different level. We scored points. We was at full strength. And I will say, our quarterback probably played his best. He played his best football that day. One, all our players was there. We haven't had all our players all season. So that was one of the things. But at the end of the day.
And that's why you use certain games, certain teams to work with the players you have.
Oh, no doubt. But during the course of the season, you don't get better. You don't get better playing. I don't get better playing heart. I don't get better playing ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Dead forgiven. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I don't feel like I get better playing the Gators where they are right now.
But like, so then what constitutes? So do you just got to play? You got to play like 6 or 7 teams. Is that what you're saying? Because it's not like every team is amazing. Like basically what you do is you contextualize these like 7 or 8 teams that you got like in your memory bank, and you got to be as good as them teams to be successful, which is not the case. You see what I'm saying? Like you can.
But those are the teams. So not to cut you off, those are the teams as of right now. Those are the teams I have to go through to win the Nationals. Okay. I don't have to go through Hart or the Gators or Ice Cream to win Nationals because they don't play on the level that we play on.
But you use Hart, the Gators, and Ice Cream to get the team better and get your players acclimated to your offense, to the type of defense you want to. Yes.
No.
How not? If you're working on an offense, your receiver isn't there. You have a backup receiver who may need to go in for you at Nationals. If your starting receiver is out, you're not working with him in a game against Hart or whoever.
You working him in the game against Hart. Is he getting better against Hart? Is the question.
Is he learning your offense?
And is he doing it the right way?
He can learn the offense all he wants, but he's not facing the competition. That's just like a boxer.
I mean, I understand.
How do we say boxers? You know what I'm saying? You get a boxer, or y'all remember when you was younger, you probably had a dude in the neighborhood. You know, everybody was talking about how good he could fight. Ooh, this, ooh, that. Oh, he done beat this dude ass. He done beat that dude ass. Until he come around the corner and he fight the real nigga in the neighborhood and he get his ass beat. And everybody realize, oh, he just a RN, a regular nigga. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? Flag football, same thing. I could beat up on Hart. We could say all my dudes got all the practice, all the reps they want. We play hard. We play main event. Now we done got our head cracked. Guess who benefits from us playing hard? Hart benefits from playing us as opposed to us playing hard. It's levels. It's levels.
I understand that. That's a nice analogy. It makes sense.
I understand that, but I'm still gonna disagree that it can't help you with anything.
I mean, yeah, you can help like during the practice season. I mean, like that's why you scrimmage and stuff like that. If this was like, you know, this is real team sports, so that's why you practice and scrimmage. You can use them people as scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Get those hamstrings more loose. You know, run the routes at the right depths. You know what I'm saying? Have your right cues, right play calls, right audibles. You can get all of that stuff settled now. Yeah, I mean the competition might not be hellfire, but most of these dudes is grown. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
So they know that like when it's time to nut up, you gotta nut up. So like, if you're gonna come in there and get your head cracked, that tells me a lot about you.
Right. You know Did you see some of them scores, Dev? Did you see some of them scores from Colorado?
Yeah, these going stupid.
Okay.
I fight him. You can't put 77 on me.
That's what I said. That's what I said. It's not about to be 77. It's not about to be 77.
You gotta call that. It's over.
You're gonna have to do something. It's not about to be 77. That was
we get beat out bad.
We holding each. It's a penalty each down. We holding each down.
Fighting. I'm gonna tell
the clock running. So
we are fighting. We are getting kicked out of here for sure.
It's not about to be 77.
So I looked at the team list, and a lot of them teams was Colorado teams. Them scores told me one thing. It was in Colorado's backyard. So those teams said, hey, it's for $10,000. Fuck it. We're going to give it a chance. But they was all except for one team. And I could tell that team had to be a legit team because they took Main Event to the wire, and Main Event is who won it. But all those other teams were getting goose egg. And they were all getting goose egg by who? The likes of STV, the likes of UT Cobras, the likes of Main Event, the likes of a Cheat Code, the likes of a Raiders. And that's what I'm saying. Levels. That didn't help. That didn't help UT Cobras. It didn't help UT Cobras at all because they wound up not winning. And I'm not saying that had they played a better team, they would have won it. That's not what I'm saying. But that did nothing for UT Cobras beating that team 77-0, other than they just imposed their will on the team. They told that team, like, listen, obviously y'all don't know who we are, and just y'all shit out of luck. Unfortunately, y'all signed up and y'all got to play us. So we're about to make you realize, like, you don't belong on the field with us.
But I bet you when it reached 50, some of those players that was with UT Cobras that just went just for the ride and just went for kickoff were in and getting some reps and learning a little bit for if they had to go into the game.
They was in the tournament, Tom.
When the main players go down. I'm just saying.
They was in the tournament, though.
Anything is in learning. You can use all of that to learn.
Yes. The Colorado team could have used it for learning. UT Cobras.
Yeah, they learned their ass didn't need to be in that tournament.
They learned that they should.
How can I learn from me beating a team 77-0?
If you're a top player, you may not, but I'm telling you, somebody can learn from that.
Those backups definitely can.
I'm telling you, they can.
That backup QB probably got hella time. He got hella time.
Right.
I mean, that's just my take. Like, man, like when I say Cleveland, so for league play, and it's kind of like a catch-22 because, like, I do agree. If all the teams is like jumping on different teams, you won't have enough teams for Cleveland in league play. So I agree with that part. But in the same breath, if you only gonna merge to go out of town, then you're probably setting yourselves up because y'all haven't practiced together. Right. You know what I'm saying? This team played with this quarterback all season, but now at this tournament, you playing with this quarterback, or it could be defensively. You know what I'm saying? You look up, the rushers ain't the same. You look up, the corners ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? It's got to y'all want to pass off. You know what I'm saying? Pass this off. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. But now you look up, you next to a DB that don't understand that. All this DB want to do is play man. You get what I'm saying? Right. It's difficult. It's difficult to do.
You could definitely not cut you off, but you could definitely try to do both. Like, I mean, now we can all get together. You know, obviously we have our separate teams for league play, but you can practice these things at tournaments. Like, we don't just have, like, you know, it's not just them 7-8 tournaments that go down. It's tons of tournaments we can be a part of. And I know that's what everybody wants to do, right? Everybody wants to grow more. There's tons of tournaments we can be a part of that we can work those demons out and exercise those demons. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Get those people on the same page. So I think that both things can be entirely possible. You know what I'm saying? We can have a competitive and fun league play to keep, you know, our city. I mean, I think what it first started out as is fun and enjoyable. We want to keep the league. We want nice fields. We want this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. It might come from tournament, but, you know, we could do both. We could do competitive league play, and we can have our teams set, ready, and know what they're doing. You know, we could do that. I mean, obviously not you. You can't do that because, if you leading the out of town team, we'll know all your plays, and I remember them for sure.
I think he.
So the thing
froze up.
Yeah, I think he froze up. Corey, you froze up.
Your bandwidth is on.
Corey, you ain't got the good Wi-Fi or the good
I'm in the fan.
you ain't got the 5G. You ain't got
Can
the
you
5.
hear me?
We can hear you now.
5G. I'm in the woods.
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I was in that one little Broadway area when you going past Garfield.
Okay,
Like a bunch of woods around. So the thing of it is, like I heard what Dev said. So the thing of it is, our league play, yeah, it's for fun, but look at what our league play is now. Our league play got teams coming from out of town now, and it's for $5,000. And we're probably gonna have out of town teams the next session as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how do we keep the money in Cleveland? Because I gotta get text messages. I'm still getting text messages from Tatum. They done came up here and took $8,500. You know what I'm saying? $3,500 in Lorraine.
Yeah,
5,000.
They took almost 10 G's from Northeast Ohio.
And they devoted us. Man.
They
pulled up on the squeaky bike and got us.
They took almost 10 G's from Northeast Ohio, man.
Yeah, we need to get them back, man. That's what we on, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I can see. That's a valid point. We do got to keep it at home. Just had two niggas just walking up in your crib making a sandwich type shit.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Probably was hollering 71 South all the way down back because they did it before. So I don't know if you was playing back then, but it was a league that used to be. We started at Central Catholic. This was maybe like 2014, and the league was for $3,200, but they was on the Raiders. Mm-hmm. The championship game wound up being played at Benedictine because Central Catholic had something going on. These dudes was playing TPC in the championship game. TPC was going down the field to either tie the game or win it. Dude intercepted the pass for the Raiders and was running down the sideline looking at everybody saying 71 South. Do you know how violated and disrespected I felt? And I wasn't even on TPC. You know what I'm saying? I was playing with the Canes then. And I'm like, damn, these dudes really just came up here and took 3,200. But luckily, whoever was running the
Don't
league
say luckily. No, don't say luckily because don't say luckily because my team got cheated out of playing in the championship that year. In the rec. Yeah. But I was mad because he ran off. I know. I got what you're saying, but he ran off on the plug, man. Dude, Bilski took all the league money and bounced, man. We show up to the fields. They like, no, y'all ain't about to play. Oh boy, ain't paid.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, like that's my thing on the league teams. Like I just personally feel like we watered down. That's just my opinion. Now I don't know, with me saying that, I don't know how to fix it. All I can do is just give an opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say that opinion is even a good opinion. I just don't know how to fix it. Now,
I agree with you and disagree with you. We talk about it. I mean, you can say we watered down, but I actually don't feel. I feel like it is not enough team. I remember back when I got started, and it was way more, especially more upper team. But I think they were probably more. I can't say probably. It was more quality. They were more quality teams than I think that there are now.
So I would say more quality team. But you do realize that Richie wasn't running a league back then. So we didn't have two leagues.
Well, yeah.
Remember, I told you, I counted in Richie's, this was last year. I don't know what it was this year. In Richie's semi-pro division and his rec division alone, because he had a rec on the east side and he had a rec on the west side. Richie himself had 29 teams. There wasn't 29 teams in the USFTL back when Cleveland was good. No, there was not 29 teams. So we got 29 teams now, right? That's just in one area. We ain't talking about Mark's. We just talking about in Richie's in two divisions. Keep in mind, Mark has an upper and a pro. I mean, an upper and a rec. So you take that, add that. it's definitely more than 11 teams. So now we have 40 plus. Not to mention, we ain't even talking about Richie's upper division. So now you talking still in the 40s because Richie don't be having 6 or 7 teams.
You might have to lower it a little bit because some teams that play both. There's teams that play. So lower it a little bit, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, and then look at the travel. Look at travel, right? It's honestly right now. Where was I making it right here?
Uh-oh.
Right here.
Uh-oh.
It's cool.
He gonna be lost.
So, no, I ain't gonna be lost. So it's 5 teams here that kind of travel, like on a not consistent basis, but we all travel, right? That's Outsiders, Canes, Bison, True Assassins, and Ice Cream. That's 5 teams. And I just said we was at 40. So you telling me 35 other teams, and there's ways to do it. The directors like Mark openly said Mark would help. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what he would help with, but I'm almost certain he would help with a lot for real. This was right here, right? You know, the last time we came right here, I jumped over there too. Yeah, we was in the wrong lane.
Cool.
So
he trying to make up for missing that right earlier.
So I'm saying like I don't know, and I'm open for ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, you see what I'm trying to do as far as, and all I know how to do is worry about my team as far as like trying to help. We making the left right here, right?
Bessemer.
I mean 78.
No, next one.
But we turned down this to get the best.
Did we? Oh,
yeah. Okay. There you go. You don't know where you at either. Okay, we turned left.
We went out around, but
okay. Yeah, y'all got to forget. You know what I'm saying this gonna be an interesting show.
Okay.
You got Corey in the van driving, lady, son in the back. You know what I'm saying, chilling. But
Bessemer, I think you over there on my mother-in-law side of town.
Yeah, I'm on 78th right now.
Yeah. Okay.
My girl getting her little truck. You know what I'm saying? She getting black chrome, black rims, pink interior, pink calibers. So she's trying to ensure that I don't drive that motherfucker. And trust me, she's winning because I'm not about to be caught. And she got custom plates. I'm not about to drive around in nothing that say Jago. Like so that's not happening. But like, you know, trying to like play in the Philly league. You know what I'm saying? Because a couple of them teams know us. We played a couple of them teams. You know, I would even be willing to, you know, do Columbus. You know what I'm saying? And the thing of it is, like, when we do those things, we can do those things like family. You know what I'm saying? Like, people could bring their family. Like, you know, Philly, I don't know if everybody's kids like the zoo or whatnot. Because when I ran it by my girl, I was like, yeah, we can take Jace to the zoo. I don't know if they got an aquarium. We can do things like that. What I'm saying is Cleveland, we got to get back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in the chat with these dudes. These dudes think Cleveland a joke. They like, man, who the fuck coming to Cleveland, bro? Like, who the fuck y'all got there? You know what I'm saying? That's how they talk. With no filters, right here, right? So I'm open to ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the end of the day, Dev, he still there?
Yo.
Yeah, he there. We listening to you.
Come play with the Outsiders, bro.
Oh, wait. Damn, that took a left.
I just turned left too.
Well, I definitely think about it. But
all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corey, draw the pink interior.
Never.
Tell her you need to get the feel of it.
Yeah. Never. She got pink floor mats, pink crystal cup holders, all type of little weird shit. Nah, bro.
Hey, Corey look like he on the Blair Witch Project right now.
I am, man, because the shop is off in the cut, bro.
Yeah, it looked like you was going somewhere.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Hey, but back to this though, like I feel like, I know you say only 5 teams travel and this, that, and the third, but as you know, traveling not easy. it's hard enough, and you could say this maybe Cleveland, I don't, but it's hard enough to get people to the game sometimes, to get ref fees sometimes, to get league fees sometimes. Traveling isn't easy. So how do you talk to these teams, or who do you see? Now, I know you talk to one team in particular, because I know you and King are tight. So I know you talk to Legends. But what do you do you talk to these teams? Do you give them tips on how to travel?
So
go ahead, Dev.
So Dev, you go.
Yeah, he said he'll be right back.
Oh, okay. So one thing is you start with the team dues. You start with the $20 a month. So little things like that is gonna let you know who is invested in the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you got people, oh, that's your headphones. I thought something was on my phone. When you got people that just show up and don't pay nothing, and they just show up and they know they playing, you don't know if that person is 100% invested. You know what I'm saying? He ain't putting no money. He ain't putting no money into it. You feel me? So once you start getting people to invest their money, and they know, well, damn, I'm investing money in this. So yeah, I want to see the you know what I'm saying? I want to see the labor, or I want to see the product that I'm paying for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they may be willing to travel. And then it all depends on like ownership. Who runs the team? Like, are you gonna look for a sponsor? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, and Tori made a great point on our show when he was talking about, like money. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the areas and stuff like that. So what I'm about to say is it all depends on who's running the team. Like, is that person, because whoever runs the team, regardless, you're putting in more money than your players anyway. That's a given. You know what I'm saying? It comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? So the dues, it comes with whoever's running the team. And at the same time, who running the team and the team in general, how serious are y'all taking it? You know what I'm saying? If you're taking it that serious, it's still gonna be hard. But like I said, I get rid of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? People on my team don't want to do shit, this, that, and the third. Okay, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not willing to do what I'm trying to build. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not on board. You're not invested in what I'm trying to build. And I'm paying my money too. Like, just for instance, like on my team, just the first two tournaments and league play. So league play was what, $750? The East Coast Nationals was $650. That was $1,400 from Corey Clark. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole live fucking family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm spending $1,400 on my team. You know what I'm saying? That's because 90. I would say, well, they all done paid to some degree. So I would say that's because my team is fully invested. Now, I might have got lucky with that. I might have got lucky with having my team fully invested. Part of it could be how they feel about me. Part of it could be because of who I have on the team, so they believe that this team could win. Because everybody might not fuck with me personally. You know what I'm saying? They might just be, they like, hey, you know what I'm saying? He got something good or whatnot. I don't per se like him or like that, whatever. But I'm invested. You know what I'm saying? I believe that he put a winning team together. I believe in the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? All that type stuff play a factor. And if you're on a team where the people ain't invested and they ain't trying to do bigger than Cleveland, you got to part ways with them. And you know what's so funny? Like, that's one of the reasons, like, and we talked about it already. When people talk that shit, like, I heard the little rumors saying I got kicked off Elite. Man, I didn't get kicked off Elite. I left Elite. I already knew I was leaving Elite. And the thing was, when me and Alex got to Elite, I brought meals. I brought his son there. Did Willie come with us? Willie might have came with us too. So I came to a team where they needed a quarterback. The dude saw me playing indoor. His name was KP Prince or something like that. He actually was the dude that broke something out there in Lost Nations one night. He jumped real high and the dude kind of undercut him or something. And I want to say, like, I thought he broke his neck. Like, I thought he was dead for real. You know what I'm saying? Dang. But dude recruited me. Now, me being a realist, I mean, I felt that I could still play the position, but I even told them in the midst, if they was trying to do bigger, I would actively seek out another quarterback because I knew I was getting up there in age. So I'm like, yeah, this cool for league play, but I know what's out here. You know what I'm saying? These dudes was so gung-ho on Euclid, that's all they cared about. All they cared about was playing in Euclid on Sundays. And I'm like, nah. When I said something about traveling and this, that, and the third, they was looking at me like I was a bear. I said something about Maryland. They said Maryland was too far. So I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a team that I could be on for the long haul. You feel me? So, once I knew I was checking out, I was definitely trying to steal players because I knew I was going to Bison that summer. I was going to be throwing for Bison. So I definitely tried to steal players, mainly Perez and A-Rod. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny. It's so funny when everything went. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I hear 1985 Jim Brown cleats, when I hear him talk, he say, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not gonna say who he talking about, but
we ain't gotta say it. You know what
I'm not gonna say who he talking about.
We gotta say it. Like he say, they only came to you once Elite was over, woo this, woo that. But once Elite was over, they had an option to go anywhere they wanted. I knew at one point, like the Gators had been trying to get him. The Canes had been trying to get him. The Mad Dogs had been trying to get him. But they came to the outsiders. Okay. And at that time, when they came to the outsiders, I was the quarterback. I had Hannah, but the plan was that I was going to throw. Hannah and Aaron was going to be the blocking backs. And if shit got shaky, that's when Hannah would come in. You know what I'm saying? But Hannah wanted to play blocking back and linebacker. And it just so happened, in the midst of everything, my struggles, we felt I was better at blocking back. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So Hannah's the quarterback now. You know what I'm saying? That's when I said all that to say, when people believe in you or what you're trying to build and how you run in the organization, you are going to attract players to come there. It's just like, it's no different from the NFL. It's no different from college when a student commit. You know what I'm saying? He look at the college and be like, okay, that's who I'm committed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, for whatever reasons, you know what I'm saying? He believe in the program, the academics, whatever. That's who he commit to. When they don't believe in it, they ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get the players there, if they a knucklehead, he ain't gonna come to practice. That's the equivalent to the person not wanting to pay team dues, not being invested in all that. So you can do. It's people. Some people you just can't get through to. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't want to be invested for whatever reasons. Yeah. They don't want to pay dues. They feel like they ain't got to pay. Like one thing, I think you asked me this. About nationals. You asked me, was it hard to get my team down there, because it looked like I pretty much had my whole team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it wasn't for real. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. We had won some stuff, you know what I'm saying? So room and board was paid for the most. And then some other people, they had their own little things going on. You know what I'm saying? So they was kind of well off. And winning helps with all that, bro. Winning helps with all that.
Winning does cure all the evil.
Yeah. If you got a winning team, like people gonna want to be a part of it. Like when we won states, bro. Like I can't make this up. On the way back, man, me and BJ almost got in an accident because we kept looking at my phone. My messenger was going crazy. Some was congratulations, you know what I'm saying? Some was like, man, you said you was gonna do this, that, and the third. Man, I'm about to be done with my team after this session. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that shit was a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Especially for myself, I haven't had my team. That's what a lot of people be failing to realize too. Like when we talk, and people be like saying little things and shit. Bro, I haven't had my team but 2 years. Where some of these other teams have been around 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. States is in the past. But how many teams can say they won states? How many teams can say that they won 5 in a row? They won all the leagues around them, all the money around them, all in a 6-month span. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't just in the championship games, we was winning them.
Right.
It ain't been many. It ain't any. You know what I'm saying? Even when the All-Stars was good, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, we're nowhere near what the All-Stars were. Nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? I would say we're nowhere near what the Canes were at one point. All we got over the Canes is we got the States. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We don't have that over the All-Stars. To the All-Stars, they got that. They dethroned the Raiders. After 8 years. Raiders. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So it's gotta be it's doable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some people, like you said,
some of that comes from, you know what I'm saying, from the inside. Like, yeah, you might get like the best players and it might be an attractive spot, but you know what I'm saying? Like, some of these dudes just might need to work through whatever they're going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody has to be on that one attractive team for everybody to be successful or everybody to find a level of success. You see what I'm saying?
I feel that. So, but that individual. So we talking about individuals, right? You know what I'm saying?
I guess that, yeah, because you was talking about you was going into like talking about more attractive spots. Like you're attracting more players that want to play with you,
right?
And that's cool. That's fine. But remember that has something to do with that dude's mental fortitude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where your nuts at, my nigga? Like, where your shit at? Because, like, you know, like, yeah, you do want to upgrade yourself. And, you know what I'm saying? You obviously don't want to be stuck in a dead situation or something like that. But, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not KD built. You know, if you want solid people, they not going to, you know what I'm saying? You can't beat them, join them type niggas. You don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And you might, and that might be, since you've only had your team for 2 years, you might find out in year 3.5 that you got some dudes that's not as solid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might travel, but they might not, you know what I'm saying? When the chips is down or when they not getting exactly what they want because they're grown-ups,
right?
They might turn on you. You know what I'm saying? They might eat you like hungry dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So no, that's true. That's true. So that's why. And even with me doing it, that still can happen to me. Everything that you just said. Right. So what I do is, like, I know you see, you know, like little videos on Facebook and shit. Like we kick it together. Like I do shit at my house. Like I bought a hookah really for them. You know, I bought the 3 holes for them because they say I hog the hookah too much. You know what I'm saying? So I got my own and they got the one with 3 heads. So they can pass that shit around all they want. I smoke mine by myself. I ain't got to pass shit. But I said that to say, you find out when you hang out together. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a feel for who's on your team. You can get a feel for, you know, personalities and shit like that. Now, with that being said, they can still turn around and dog you, just like how you just said. You know what I'm saying? People could put on a front, but if and it's the same thing. If you're genuine, if you're a genuine person, if you're genuinely a good person, you know what I'm saying? And you communicate certain things to these people, like these are the things that I don't want on this team. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll weed themselves out before they can even fuck you over. You know what I'm saying? Right. They'll weed themselves out. You know what I'm saying? And you will see. Like, okay, this dude, he don't ride with me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll find that out. Like I found that out in this amount of time. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to get to the 3 years. Look up. You can look up and see, like, it's certain people that's not on my team that was on my team last year. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, not all of them, it wasn't like no bad things, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely showed that all of them were not mentally on what I was on. You know what I'm saying?
So look. All right, so we've been at it for a minute. I'm gonna end it on this, and I'm gonna wrap it up. I know my man Dev gotta go, and I gotta go take care of these kids right quick. But I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna
big boy bed. So
man,
He be tripping. He be in there tripping.
Oh yeah, he start jumping on it and everything.
He
Yeah,
in the room with the light on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna end it on this. I got a quick question for you, Dev. To improve to improve the Gators, I want you to give me one offensive player from the league, one defensive player from the league, and one utility player that you would take from any team in the league. It could be rec. Anybody you think. Any team in the league, take what you want the Gators to improve your team and help get y'all over the top.
So, one offensive player I would take. Let's think about this. This is kind of tough. I guess I got two. I'll start with the first one that would stay in the same structure that we have here. So if let's say like when I first started, like when it was like if Perez came and played receiver, I would have a receiver that would be able to stretch the field, okay? Or like Tremaine played receiver, you know what I'm saying? You put him in the slot, you give him the ability to kind of to do whatever he wants. He's gonna stretch the field for you. Or if you were to go outside of that structure with an offensive player, it would probably be like Edwin. Because he can, obviously he can change the game. We could maybe go to that 2 quarterback set and have like, something like that. A defensive player is always Torrey.
Yeah.
I can get Torrey.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? Get a motor. I know he played with his pops, and that's what's up, man. That's love. But if I could, he would change. He'd change any game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Actually, I'm sorry, I forgot. If I could get like Darnell, Graham from the Bison, he stretches the field. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And then a utility guy.
Yeah, somebody that can do it all.
Lottie Dottie.
Oh God, here he go, man.
That's my favorite player, by the way. That's my dog. Shout out Art.
That's Corey's dog too.
That's my
No,
dude,
it's not.
man.
Not at all.
But let's see. Utility guy. It would probably be like Sean from the Bison. Because he can throw a little bit. I mean, they call him DJ. Is that what they call him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can do it all. Like he can play every position. Okay. They even had him throwing. He wasn't bad at all. It just wasn't his position. Or he just, they was just like, yo, you can throw it. But they can do everything.
All right, Dev. It's been good talking to you, man.
All right,
no
man.
doubt. No doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
Thank you for coming on.
Hey, y'all be easy and quit with that spicy talk before I have to chop one of y'all in the neck.
All right, Dev.
All right, peace.
It's on, yo.
All right, peace.
Be safe.
Peace.
Yep.
Corey, before you go, I'm going to get that same question from you.
What?
One offensive, one defensive, and one utility player that you would take from the league on your team.
Offensively? Dev.
Okay.
Defensively? Shit. Defensively, it's crazy. Defensively, I would take DJ from Bison.
Okay.
The utility player that could do it, that can do a variety of things, would have to be It'll be Torrey. It'll be Torrey, because Torrey could come in, play blocking back. Torrey could come in and rush. Torrey can play middle linebacker. So yeah, Dev, DJ, and Torrey. Not even being funny. If them 3 players was on the outsiders with practice, we're national champs this year.
That's what's up. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go on that one.
All right, bet.
All right. It's on.
Yep.
Get home safe.
Yep, I'm almost home anyway. It wasn't too far, just a bunch of turns.
Yeah. All right, now.
All right, bro.
Big.